right, we're going to smoke again the Trump OG, the Emperor Trump OG, the Emperor OG Trump, the Trump OG Emperor, however you want to say it.
This is going to put us to bed, kind of, though.
Well, this is going to get us rolling and then put us to bed.
Yeah.
Pretty soon.
It has nothing to do with Donald Trump. That's just a complete coincidence.
It's a name.
That the
it's
name
a name
is in there.
of a weed.
Yes.
But this is, well, let's smoke it. By the way, this is still left in the one hitter from the last time that we were weed tubing.
Right.
Because there's a special weed tuber one hitter that's reserved entirely for this occasion. It still has Emperor OG Trump in it, which is kind of crazy that we're going to smoke it right, all...
It's because I'm a one-hit wonder and I don't really need that much.
Right, and it's
so
also that we're not going to even clean it out. We're going to smoke the ash, because if you remember, I like the dirty smoking.
I don't remember that. By the way, we're Gaps. We love you guys. We're weed tubing. This is our prepisode / weed tube, which I thought maybe we had coined, but then I learned that we hadn't coined that. It's actually a genre on YouTube. So we're joining
the ranks of the
weed tube, and this
is
like
a delicious OG Trump.
Okay.
It tastes of authoritarianism, racism, and it's just absolutely, and that great OG pininess. Get that? It's really, really lovely.
I'm pining for Obama. We
Nice.
got to hear from Obama this week. I was like, he said he was going to speak up if certain things happened. Is he speaking? There he is. 10 days out of office.
10 days, that's pretty quick.
But I was just glad.
Quick.
I was like, we've heard from Obama.
Quite a week. Anyway, what we welcome to the Great American Pot Show, Gaps. This is our third or fourth or fifth weed tuber video.
Yes.
The show has transformed from originally what was going to be like a real reality show about me, Shaman Edelstein, and my shamanic apprentice Lauren, a big real reality show, sort of Bravo style. Mm-hmm. It quickly devolved when we lost that deal into a web series reality show.
Episode 2.
And then it devolved further from there as we lost even more support, more funding, more context, more believers. As we decreased all of those factors, we're now truly a weed tube show.
We are rising up from the ashes, though. We are on YouTube as a cause, which was the goal all along, is to be a cause.
True.
And so we are reaching out to you all.
True.
And we're building back up.
And it is the Great American Pot Show, and the point of the show is to heal America, which I'm very sensitive to that seeming like kind of an arrogant statement, or like a, we have the capacity to heal America.
It's not arrogant, it's reality.
I'm a shaman. And we're talking more, when we say heal America, that's more of a job description than it is sort of a statement of ego.
Because it's his fault.
The shaman heals not only the individuals, but the society as a whole. So it's the job.
He lost Trump as a client.
Of the shaman.
And right when Trump was in a big breakthrough during his first bankruptcy. And because he lost Trump as a client...
This is true, but not necessarily to my point that what the shaman does is heal the society. So when we say that we're weed tubing to heal America, that's what we're doing. So that's the goal. And, again, number of people, come. We love everyone who's watching. Our numbers are... but that's not how we're thinking. We're not thinking in numbers. We're thinking in terms of healing.
Comments. We'd really like some.
We don't need anyone to watch to heal America.
That's true.
And that is the truth. That's the shamanic truth. Even though we're laughing. So one is hello. We are Gaps, Great American Pot Show. We love you.
We need to move on to Trump.
Show news. Okay, so wait. Before we talk about Trump, let's just talk about
the show news.
Really quickly just how show news I think we've already covered. But let's talk really quickly about how this week we had one of the greatest shamanic sessions that we've had all year. I know it's just January, but all year, in the last few years. It was truly inspiring. It was all done on, not Skype, but the thing on the iPhone.
FaceTime.
FaceTime. It was all done FaceTime. Lauren was, of course, observing and taking fantastic notes, but it was me FaceTiming with Sally Yates, who I have known for a long time, Sally Q. And she is awesome. And basically, I had my friend, who we'll just call DP for the moment, he drove up from Florida to DC with the swamp weed, like probably my favorite weed on the planet. It's called the swamp from Florida. So he drove up there, and Sally Q smoked some of the swamp, and we had a FaceTime session. And then she, basically declared that she was not going to support Trump's Muslim ban. And that was what was genius about her, quote, decision, is that she relied on Trump using the term Muslim ban to say that the Justice Department was not going to defend this executive order.
Fabulous. Can I just point out, too, that Sessions, who looks like he's about to be confirmed, and, like I said, was a KKK member until he realized the KKK also smokes weed. It's a bad association, but it's true. He was like, oh, I can't be associated with the KKK because they smoke weed. Anyway, this is the same Sessions. He grilled Yates when she was getting confirmed. Would you tell Obama whether or not he was doing something that was legal? And she said, of course, I think my duty is to uphold the law. And he was cool with it. He was cool with her telling a black president what he could not do. But he's not cool with her telling Trump what he can't do.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden it's like out.
She has an amazing story.
Oh,
Sally.
God.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So that's that. I mean, anything that you want to...
Do you want to talk about Julia Louis-Dreyfus?
Julia Louis-Dreyfus, I love her.
She's amazing.
We had a session, I think, a couple of nights before the
fans.
SAG Awards. But she is now, again, Meryl Streep, genius, but Julia Louis-Dreyfus is a whole different being. I mean, it's like she's very rational compared to Meryl Streep. Very much a head, rational person. So extremely easy for a couple of Ivy Leaguers like Lauren and I to get along with. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
Let's put it that way. So we always have fun with her, and she gave a lovely speech, and etc.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But she also, I think what was brilliant about it was you were able to take kind of what you learned from your session with Meryl Streep, and then how that didn't exactly play out perfectly in Meryl Streep's speech, because she didn't quite express crystally and clearly. There was a little bit of like disconnect, which left some conflict.
Right.
So you were really able, I think, to nail it on the head with Julia and get her to articulate perfectly.
Yes. And it's her nature.
Yes.
And it's also great to hang out with the Jews as a Jewish shaman, and especially in this whole refugee context, the Jews are just feeling a little bit prideful these days. Even the shaman, who is supposed to be above that kind of shit, is like, okay, I'm feeling my Jewish pride.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about our goals since it's the Chinese New Year?
Okay. Yes, I think we should talk about our goals since it's the Chinese New Year.
Okay. Good.
Well, I mean...
Our goals for the show.
Show goals. Let's talk show goals.
Okay, I'll go.
Yeah.
My goal is for us to get out of the back house.
Okay.
I want to get off the couch. I want to get out of the back house. I'm tired of the back house. I'm tired of the plumbing not working. I just want our store back, dude. I love the dispensary. I love that whole culture. I love the whole, and I know I'm attached to the ego and your 29 underrating, but, underground reading in Zagat for the best dispensary. I would love to go back to that, especially now that Prop 64 is passed. And, like, I just think it would be really awesome if by the end of the year or sooner we were out of this house.
And I so feel you. I so love that. I so love that energy and that go for it spirit of, like, let's get the store. I, to be perfectly honest, am also extremely happy just on the couch, chilling, no store, healing America through the shamanic sessions, weed tubing. I mean, I love it. I'm not saying we shouldn't go for the store and et cetera, et cetera. I'm just saying I'm very much feeling the shamanic weed tuber spirit.
Okay, baby steps. Let's talk about our reunion.
Okay.
Let's get our reunion episode together.
Yeah, because we need to shoot a reunion show.
We need to find Bethany. We need Bethany back on the show. I mean, how is it that we haven't found Bethany? This is really horrible. We've been that narcissistic about our own losing the store and then losing the election and all that. I mean, we've been that warped that we don't... This girl is, like, out wandering in Venice somewhere. Like, probably.
It's true. It's true. We should
She was his best bud tender.
She's amazing. And I'm sure she's doing fine, but I haven't heard hide nor hair of her. And I don't think many people have.
She has zero short-term memory.
Right. So
zero.
She could be wandering.
So,
but she's also very magical, so she probably just landed in some ski shop or something and is just completely fine and has no memory of us whatsoever.
A ski shop?
I'm just saying.
A skate shop? I mean,
anywhere.
So if she's in a ski shop, then she's left Venice.
Right. She could be in the snow.
Oh my God.
She could totally be in the snow.
God, I hope not. That would be horrible. You have no short-term memory.
So goals-wise, we want to. I mean, for me, we want to sit here on the. I want to sit here on the couch. I want to do these videos. She doesn't.
I mean, I want to do the videos. I love you all.
She has other things. I also want to get out into the country and smoke weed with the people. Here's, Anthony Bourdain.
You have to do this.
Right. Anthony Bourdain, he goes out and he connects with people all over the world over food. He breaks bread and drinks, has wine, has beer, has all kinds of alcoholic beverages. And so breaks bread and drinks. And I think we need to be out with the people, but smoking weed with the people.
You need to be out with the people. I do not want anything to do with those fucking people.
You're talking about the Trump voter. I'm not even classifying people that way. I don't even really care how people voted. I want to be with the people communing.
Yeah.
Communing. That's my goal.
Okay. Well, that's a good goal. Since it's your fault.
Finally, I thought that we should discuss, just as our concept for the week, the concept of power. I think you mentioned it the other day. I thought it was in a very interesting context, and I think if you remember what I'm talking about, I would say I would speak that.
Okay, so this is the Trump podcast part of the show, or the election, dealing with the election. So I was at the protests in LAX, and I was walking with a group. I was walking with two young women who were some kind of brown ethnicity and a Muslim guy. And he was dressed to make a statement. He was dressed in like full prayer garb or religious garb, I guess. And I say that to make a statement because that wasn't his normal garb that he's like, I'm Palestinian. Anyway, so coming out of the baggage area was this very tall white man. Very tall, like big guy, like look, could be like a football player or something. And he looked at the girls and their signs, and he was like, oh, go fuck yourselves. And it was like this venom that came out of him, and they were like, oh yeah, and I was like, just say have a great day, and that'll like, and then he turned to the guy walking behind, and he was like, oh, you sand nigger. And I was like, oh my effing God, there's so much hatred and rage and anger coming out of this man that he feels, everyone's talking about this, he feels like he can do this now because of the man in the White House doing this. And I'm just thinking about power, and I'm going back to like, we all watched comic book heroes. We all love Superman. We all love Spider-Man. Everyone. I'm sure Donald Trump was a fucking kid watching Spider-Man and being like, he's so cool. And like, with great power comes great responsibility. That's the line that his uncle says to him when he's done. And we're all like, yeah. We all want the hero. We all have this sense of like great responsibility, nobility, right? So I don't know why that's not what these people in power are doing. But if you think about it all, we all are feeling angry and anxious. I was just thinking about power. Who has the power? You, white men of Christian, doesn't matter if you go to church every day, but like your ancestors were Christian. You have so much power. And you have to stand up and use it for all of us. Okay, so I was thinking about like the hierarchy. So you all have so much, right? You really do. Like this guy coming out, this big, tall, massive guy, and he's looking at us, and like, he has so much power. He could do so much to help us. But he chose to be angry and, okay. Then I'm thinking, who is the next group that has power? Well, look at Kellyanne Conway. Look at Megyn Kelly. Look at all these people on Fox News who are blonde and white. All these, basically the women who voted for him, blonde and white. I would say white women, preferably blonde. You can be a brunette though, but definitely blonde white women. And I would say male Jews. I think it depends on who you're dealing with. I think if you're dealing with Sessions, the blonde white lady's going to win out. I think if you're dealing with Trump, it's going to be the white male Jew, because we all know he wants to fuck Ivanka, but like is Ivanka?
Yeah.
Ivana and Ivanka, I mix them up.
Yeah.
And then his son-in-law though is like his, advisor, and he's like male and Jewish. So clearly if you're white male Jewish with Trump, that's going to win. That's my vote.
Right.
Then basically everyone after that is fucked. They have no power. You all know power. Okay, so
power.
Those with power have great responsibility.
Right. Thanks.
Right now.
Spider-Man riff. I think that's a great riff on power. Fantastic.
Yeah, we all love Spider-Man.
Now, I think we should wrap it up because we're trying to be relatively disciplined about length.
Yes.
Prohibited
once 12 minutes. We're probably in a 20 minute now.
Right. We're weed tubers. We're weed tubers. We smoked the Trump Emperor OG, or the Emperor OG Trump.
Yep. Nothing to do with Donald Trump.
It's absolutely wonderful.
It's amazing.
And amazing.
I'm like ready for bed now.
It's so great. And it has a great piney smell.
Yes.
And a great piney taste.
Yes, which reminded me of Obama.
And it's quite extraordinary. And we smoked it out of a one-hitter. I think I might have said that.
Yes.
With an actual lighter.
Yes.
Which still has the price tag on it, or at least the something.
The thing.
So that's what we did.
We also talked about Trump and politics, because that's what we do on this podcast, Tubecast, Weed Tubecast, whatever it is.
Trump.
If you want to come be on the couch and get some healing, I clearly have a lot of healing to do. Oh, this is the other thing that's tripping me out. We keep doing these videos and we're healing each other. We thought, okay, we're healing me from the election, and so we're going to go out and heal. I keep looking at myself in these videos from prior weeks, and I keep saying that I'm horrified.
Right.
Then I say I'm beyond horrified. I feel worse now. Right now, I feel so much worse than I did last week. And you guys all see in last week's episode, I'm like, I'm beyond horrified. But
so a lot of healing to be done.
So I need a new word. And you can leave this in the comments. I need a new word beyond horror to describe what's happening.
Use the comment section, people. Use the comment section. Let's start it with giving ideas
for a word.
What is worse than horrid?
Horror.
Horror.
Yes.
Okay.
Finally,
Finally.
Our product sponsor.
Oh, product sponsor.
Our product sponsor. Okay, so this is from my friend Elaine. They go low, we go high. It's gonna be my motto.
Quite lovely. Quite lovely.
We'll put the store in the description.
Yes.
So where you
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you.
We could not appreciate it more.
Mwah. Mwah.
We love you.
Mwah.
We'll see. Subscribe.
Yes.
And comment and like. Thank you.
Thank you.